100% passes! 100% passes!
At this present moment, there seems to be a lot of energy within the A and B teams and the management. And again, I'm just trying to word it correctly.
So I think you need to just spit
No,
it out.
well,
'Cause
okay,
I don't understand when you say there's a lot of energy.
Well, there's been a lot of energy, and again, today is Tuesday, and we've had a lot of conversations within our WhatsApp group. Again, it is what it is. And how I see it is yourself and Paul and Ben and Lloyd are leaders, and what I expect from my leaders, and actually going back to what you said about players ringing you, leaders literally work for their soldiers. So you don't expect a soldier to come up to you. You have to go to your soldier and say, "Look, I'm here for you," because that's what leaders do. Correct?
Yeah, I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree.
We beg together. And again, leaders are supposed to be not emotional about certain things in public.
Definitely disagree on that.
Yeah, they're humans.
Yeah,
So.
definitely
Yeah.
disagree.
Yeah. So.
But you guys.
Obama cried when there was a killing, so I disagree with that. We're all human, so.
But when we're talking about the football realms, with you as management are supposed to lead us, your soldiers, into battle with the right mind frame and with the right tools. So I can safely say, and again, I want you guys to kind of comment about this. You, Ben, Lloyd would have to sit down physically and talk about whatever's been going on, right?
No,
Why not?
because I don't personally believe it will solve what's going on. Well, you may not believe it, but I've known Lady now since I was about, I'd say, 12. I've known Lady. I've known him a long time. And Lady knows I'm not backwards in coming forward. If I need to say something, it's said. Whether who's going to like it or who's not going to like it, I will speak my mind and I will say exactly what I've got to say. And Lady knows this. And we've had conversations. Some have been a bit heated, some haven't. But I've always made my feelings clear to him. And he's made his feelings clear to me. Even when he asked me to run the team, one of the first comments I made to him was, you understand by having me run the team, you haven't got someone who's going to say, yes, Lloyd, yes, Lloyd. If I'm unhappy with something, you will know. He said, yeah, fine. So we have a certain understanding. So without preempting what you're getting at, I don't need to sit down and have a conversation with Lloyd and Ben because they both know where I stand. I try to be as clear, transparent with my words as possible. And sometimes that will come across as emotional. Sometimes that will come across as out of control. But one thing nobody can level at me is it's deceitful or hidden or I don't speak my mind and I don't speak plain. No one can level that at me. I upset people from time to time with my words because I speak plain. So no, I don't think we need to have a sit-down conversation. Nothing's going to change. I'll always speak my mind. Lloyd will always speak his. Ben will speak his. We speak on the WhatsApp. We speak over the phone. We speak at training. I don't know what else is to be said without knowing the exact angle the question is from. I don't know what else to. No.
Well, my communication has broken down between me and Lloyd. I'm just being real. We've only known him 2 seasons, but communication's broken down because I back the B team 100%. The way I see it, If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. And we're all big people. And we've all been in football for a long time. I don't care about levels and all that. Football is football. Sunday football on Purley Way, putting the nets up is just the same as playing Dulwich Hamlet. It's the same. Football is football. And we all know what's right and what's wrong. There's certain things in football that everybody knows shouldn't happen in a team, in a club. And I have witnessed things that are wrong that have happened. And I can't keep my mouth shut. I wasn't the best player in the world. Far from it. But I've got passion. I've got a good brain. Can put my words together quite well. So when I see something that's wrong and someone's trying to divert it to make it right, I can't stand there and just accept it. I've got to say my piece, and if the communication breaks down, then so be it. It breaks down. I still sleep good at night, still wake up in the morning, still go to work. Doesn't really bother me, because again, as I've said in the group, this is just football. Doesn't pay my bills. Nobody knows who I am. I don't go to the bus stop, I drive to work. But if I was to take the bus in the mornings, nobody would know who I was on a Sunday, on a Monday morning. Just be a normal guy. So no matter you raise yourself, you think you're this or you're that on a Saturday, we all do it. We all buy expensive boots. We all pull our socks over our knees because we love football. Banter, we love football. You just stand in, be a fly on the wall and just listen to people in the changing room. You can tell who loves football and who don't. But when things are wrong, I have to stand up and say something. And I judge people. I think I'm quite a good judge of personalities and personas, and some things in this need to change. Really need for us to go together in one direction, which I think we should be. I think we all should be wanting one thing, to go in a direction. A lot of things need to change. A lot of things. And as Ray said, I don't think sitting down is going to change, because we have sat down. Maybe you don't know. We have sat down and spoken. The two parties that you mentioned, we have sat down. And a couple of weeks later, it's gone back again until it is what it is now. You know what I mean? To what it is now. So, I believe that the players needed to know. I believe that you need to tell the players, this is what's been happening for quite a while now. So you're there with us at the front line. You know everything. So you make up your own opinion. Not telling you to, but you make up your own opinion. But you know what's been happening. Simple. Simple. Some people ain't going to like it, but hey, it is what it is.
Can you name 3 players from the A team that you'd like to join the B team? And why? And I'll start with Paul, actually.
No, I'll give that to Ray.
No, I'm going to start with you.
And I'm going to be controversial now. I wouldn't take anyone. The reason being, they wouldn't fit in with our group. They wouldn't fit in with our group. The personalities in our changing room, they wouldn't fit. They would not fit. So, nice guys, I'm sure they are. I don't really know them because I've only been there 2 seasons. They're nice guys. I have not got a word bad to say about them because I don't really know them. If I see them on the street, I'll hail them. You know what I mean? See them on a Saturday, hail them, no problems. But I just don't see them fitting in with the dynamics of our team. Just personally.
Okay, so actually you are going by character rather than ability.
That plays a big part. Plays a big part. If you don't get on and you're causing ructions, how are you going to play?
Okay, I will let you change the question. In terms of ability, what 3 players would you pick from the A team to join the B? Pure inability.
Jonesy, obviously. Ray E. Is it Ray E? Ray E. And what's the defender that won loads of cups last season? Loads of trophies.
Who? Dwayne.
No, Short black guy.
Seabert.
Seabert. They're my three. I like the way he plays.
You see, I'm slightly different from Paul on this one, and I think, well, I've known some of them longer, so I'm probably better qualified to talk about their character. And I would actually go as far to name 4 that I would take, or that would fit in. I agree 100% with Ray E, because go backstory, when we started, obviously we didn't have a full 11. So some of the 18 players with no ego, no attitude came, helped us out. So for them, I know they would fit in with us. And Ray E's one, Tyrone Palmer's another.
Yes. Tyrone,
Yeah, Tyrone Palmer. Jonesy. I think Jonesy needs to. John, I've known Jonesy for years, and he doesn't look like he's happy at the moment. And I think Jonesy would be an addition to any team. He's got some funny ways at times, but I think sometimes Jonesy just needs talking to. But yeah, I'd have Jonesy in a heartbeat. I would also have, and he's a bit too big-headed at times, a little bit full of himself. But I would also have Roberts, Tyrone Roberts, very good wide player. Always gets a delivery in. Sometimes gets a bit bullied at times, but he has the right attitude. I think them 4, I wouldn't even consider. There's a few more, but I'll leave it to 4.
So going back to the previous question in terms of the management communication, and it's kind of out in our group anyway in terms of this ex-pro match. And again, I don't want to elaborate in terms of what was said, but we've come to an agreement where we have 8 players and they have 8 players. So I think like the first part of the question is to Ray, is how are you going to choose these 8 players?
I'm going to choose it on basically those who I think deserve it to be involved in the game, through their performances over the season, their attitude in terms of coming to games, their timekeeping, those who have made the effort to come to training, that sort of thing I'll use to make the decision. And ability. Those who I think who can play comfortably with them, then fine. That's how I'll make the choice. But I wouldn't want that to reflect for the 8 I pick, for the rest to say, oh, well, that means we're not good enough. No. It just means I've picked 8 players. Who knows? If the game happens again next year, you're one of the 8. Can only pick 8. Can't pick the whole team. So I don't want it to be a reflection on a player that don't get picked. But there will be there'll be lots of different factors that will come into my thinking when we pick the 8.
And Paul, and I think Ray's probably answered it. Do you think it's fair on the other players? People squad players who have paid their money, who have spent time away from families and work, not to be involved in something quite prestigious for Peckham.
You can only play 8. So someone's going to miss out. It's life, isn't it? Someone's going to miss out.
Okay, well, I've actually got a thought for you, for everyone. Why can't both teams take a half?
That was a suggestion that was put forward. There was no response to this suggestion. So what came back, and I want to be clear here, and I don't know if it's a question you're going to come to later, but I want to be clear. I had my thoughts on the game. I thought from the very beginning it should be a mixture of both teams. That wasn't the case initially. And I accepted that. That wasn't the case. And for me, it was...
There is no incoming call.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, so for me, it was accepted. It was done. It was dusted. I'm a firm believer in life in cause and effect. You do something, there will be an effect on someone, something. And that effect will cause a reaction. And as you said, without elaborating on the details, I made a decision. Based on that game, I made a decision that I felt was for the best for us, the B team. That decision led to a rethink. It wasn't something I asked for. It wasn't something that I particularly at that stage wanted.
Did you demand it?
No, didn't demand it. I've got no place to demand it. I suggested it. I suggested what I thought was right. That's all I can do. I can't demand anything. But what I can do is decide what's best for my team. And one thing I hope you know, the team knows, is I will defend the B team against friend or foe. Anyone who I perceive is taking advantage, giving a slight, pushing us around, I'll be the first one to stand up for us. And if that means I'm not liked for doing it, or I'm unpopular, or I do something that people are unhappy with, then you know what, so be it. Ask someone else to be manager. Because I'm not going to change. And I don't apologise for it. I'm not going to bow my head and think, oh, I shouldn't have done that. No. I do what I think is right, and I don't hide it. Some will like it, some won't. Hey, that's life. As Paul says, it doesn't pay my bills. I still will sleep at night. I still wake up in the morning, God willing, and yeah, such is life. I don't think it should get involved. It's like this whole A and B thing. If I see Lloyd as I come out the house, I walk up to him and have a laugh and a joke with him. For me, it's two separate entities. You have Peckham Town, the football club. I have man to man. I may not like something that you've done, but as long as you're not disrespecting me as a man, we can talk, we can laugh, we can joke. Once somebody moves it out of that football sphere and starts dealing with me different as a man, then I have a problem. But as far as me and Lloydie and Ben are concerned, and Paul, there's nothing. There's not a thing. There was an issue. The issue was discussed. The issue was put out there. And for me, the issue was temporarily resolved. We move forward.
Okay. Question for Paul. The cup game against Shirley, where we lost.
Mm-hmm.
And we made a whole heap of changes because we do have a big squad, and it was a cup competition that I felt at the time we had a good opportunity winning. Do you have any reservations about the team that was selected, and would you have done something different?
Do the same thing again tomorrow.
Why?
Because, as you've just said, with one of your questions, what about the others? Is it fair for them to be missing their families, missing work? Exactly the same situation. Man turns up every week, puts petrol in his car, doesn't go B&Q with his missus to get laminate flooring, to stand on the bench. I don't do stuff like that. Everybody deserves. They're all good players. They all deserve. If they didn't do it on the day, then that's how it is sometimes. But they all deserve to start and put their marker down. So yeah, I should be playing every week, starting every week. And this is the reason why. Can't be doing that if you're standing on bench and 15 minutes play the strong. You know what? Players can always mess you up in the end because you keep on doing that on that cold Saturday morning when you're looking for your 13, 14 players. The ones that you keep on putting on the bench will be like, you know what? Don't fancy that. Put my feet up on the sofa. He's not going to start me, so what am I coming for?
And to probably even expand that question, which was a good answer, because it's roll on, roll off, do you think that you delay the whole feature? That the whole rolling off, like roll on, roll off? Because in that game, there was opportunity where we were under ascendancy to like possibly change it.
Well, we did. When we were in the ascendancy, we did change it. And that's what got us on the ascendancy. Remember, we lost that game 5-4. We changed the entire front three. And we were all over them.
At halftime.
Yeah, at half time. That gave us 45 minutes
Yeah.
to score goals.
Was at
We
half-time.
conceded straight after half time.
Yep.
And I think that was that? It was 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was
then
at half-time,
we
straight away.
conceded straight after half time. With what I can only class as madness. Now, that front three then tore them to shreds. And on another day, we win that game comfortably. We hit the post. Keeper made some good saves.
Yep.
We missed probably 2 what I would class as open goals. So I think a lot's been made of the changes in that game. And if I remember rightly, one of the changes, well, if I remember right, 2 of the changes, one of them was me. And by your own question, you said I'm probably the only recognised holding midfielder to go in there and do a job. So I was one of the changes. So, and by your own admission, you think I should be in there, or thought I should be one of the ones considered to be in there. Another change was Eastie. Eastie's came in. Some people thought I shouldn't have changed the established right back and put Eastie there. One of the goals was down to Eastie. Okay. The last 4 or 5 games, Eastie's come in at right back, and for me, goes into our strongest team. So it's easy to point the finger because we had one bad result. But those players that have come in, many of them have established themselves and made good accounts of them at a later stage.
Yeah.
As Paul said, if we don't give them the opportunity, why do they get up and come to a game?
Crazy.
Who comes out to just stand there week in, week out to test out their winter coat? Everybody pays their money with the mindset, I will be playing.
Of course.
I want to play. And if you're not, then for me, you should stay at home. You'd be far more appreciated by your missus at home.
But the roll on, roll off feature, do you guys think you guys use it to its full advantage?
No. I jumped in with that for a reason. Roll on, roll off. For me, it doesn't work. In the sense of, we're vets now. You're playing 11 aside. I pull you off. As you said earlier on in your questions, you like to have a good warm-up. Focus yourself. Get yourself ready for battle, as it were. I pull you off. Take you off for 15 minutes. I can guarantee you're not going to be jogging up and down the side, keeping yourself at match pace, warmed up, ready to go. For me to put you back on at the drop of a dime. I've seen players, when you take them off, they go, they stand up, they put their coat on, they watch the game. You then say, okay, warm up, get ready to go on. They might do one run. I'm ready. You come on and you're cold. So for me, roll on, roll off, depending on the game, it doesn't work. More to the point, you've paid your money to start the game. Wrong or right, I believe unless you're having a stinker, which has happened, a player has had a stinker and had to come off early, I believe you should be given at least 45 minutes to prove yourself.
Yeah.
If a player is really performing horribly, as I say again, it has happened, where a player's been taken off before half time because he's just playing that bad, it will be dealt with. But I think you'll struggle to find, everybody will have an opinion as to this player, I think he should play there, I think they should play there. But I think if everybody's honest, I don't think you'll find one player that's had a disastrous first 45 minutes. And I think you deserve that. You've been put in the starting lineup for a reason. Here's your shot. 45 minutes, go for it.
Question to both of you. What have been your positive highlights of this season?
For me, a positive highlight for the season, we've regained what I call our spirit. I think we lost it throughout the beginning. And one thing I forgot to say, when I was saying about the season being a failure, when I look at it in the cold light of day, we added, at my last count, I think it was 8 new players into the squad. Now that for me is a lot of players to add in. And that's a lot of learning for me to learn their strengths, weaknesses, for them to learn the team. And on the balance of that, I have to give some allowance for that. It's taken time. And I think where it hit most of all was our spirit. And I think last season, that was probably our strongest point. This season, it's taken a while. But I think if the season went on for probably another 2-3 months, I think we win the league. Because the spirit has come back. And I've seen it grow. I've seen it build back to where I believe it was. So that's probably my highlight. If you ask for my highlight in terms of a game, I'd say Crayford Arrows. I think that's probably one of our best performances. Beat them 2-1. Was it 2-0? Yeah, 2-0. Beat them 2-0. Second division side.
Yeah, second division.
And I think we deserved it on their patch. So for football-wise, that's probably my highlight. As a main, the spirit's back.
Yeah, with Ray, the spirit coming back. Yeah, it's a very important thing in football. If you don't have it, then you're just not even going to bother turn up on a Saturday. Why bother? So that has been one of the things. And my highlight game was Kingsdale first game, beating them again because just don't like them. So always enjoy beating them and having a bit of banter on the line. So yeah, I like the way we played against them. I enjoy it.
Unless you're working backwards here, because you've just... So Ray, you spoke about the spirit of the team, and you spoke about the influx of players that have come in. So in a roundabout way, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, do you take full ownership of us not winning the league?
I think I have to take some. But then, as a player, I think the buck stops with me as a player. That's just me as any player. The buck stops with me. I think I take the responsibility in the sense of if I had some things I might do differently. There may have been some things going on that I probably should have stepped in quicker on.
Okay, so what's one thing that you would have done differently?
The situation with Dwayne, I would have managed that a lot different. I think I allowed too much leeway to him. I think that at some points was toxic. Some of the attitude on the line, some of the shouting, and because I knew other things, that kind of made allowances for one I probably shouldn't have. So that's probably one thing I'll do differently. Other than that, there'd all be. I think I'd probably do most of what I did this season. But every season you become a bit more wiser, you become a bit more shrewd, and probably look at situations differently, or you assess situations quicker, differently. One thing I would have done differently, I would have played more. I think I definitely would have played more if I started the season over again. I'd have kept myself fit and played. But you live and learn. Who knows what would have happened? I could have played quicker, tore my knee again. So I try not to live life with regrets. You just learn.
But the domino effect, if you would have played more, Paul would have managed more. And with Paul's unbeaten record, who knows?
But this is it. Who knows? Yeah, who knows what would have happened?
Targets for next season, Paul. Yeah, what are you looking for with our players?
Consistency.
Well, I'm going to elaborate. I agree 100% consistency. I agree 100%. But for me, a league and cup. I'm looking for, I wanted to go on record. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't wish to leave Division 4. I don't think we've earned the right to leave Division 4. We stay there, handle our business there. I think regardless of who comes down, I think we can beat any of those Division 3 sides. I think we win our division, at least get to a cup final, at least. And when you get in a cup final, who knows? On the day, who knows what happens. But that, for me, is my target. Going into the season, the league. Anything less than that, and I failed. Or we failed.
And the last question. TV stand or wall brackets?
Well, I haven't personally been to Ray's house, so I don't. The actual person that you're talking about, they're very close. I do believe that Ray's passenger seat has a setting for that certain person.
Oh, God.
That's just gossip. I don't actually know because I've never actually been in his car or in his crib.
You
But
see what I mean when I say the spirit's back?
But I personally, I've been in the plasma business for a very long time, from the very start, and they've always been on the wall. I mean, obviously, I don't want people to know where I live and what I've got in my house, but just behind you, there's quite a big TV on the wall. But, you know, some people go to Curry's and they just can't go that further to get the bracket. They can just afford the TV. That's fair. Hey, Curry's cater for everybody. So if that's all you can do at the moment until you finish paying off the finance and then you get the bracket, then just do that. God loves everybody. So that's fine by me. That's, you know what I mean? So who am I to tell a man in his own house he must put it on the wall? Pay off the finance, then get the bracket.
So
that's cool.
So let's get this right. So are you bracket or TV stand?
Well, I always have a bracket.
Okay.
Because obviously maybe my pocket's a little bit deeper, so I always go with the bracket when I go in for a TV. Some people don't. So they put it on the, I don't know what you call it, cabinet. I don't know because I don't have my TV on a cabinet, so I don't know what they class it as. So there's my answer. On the wall.
The bracket.
Right.
Me? Well, you see, I want to know this whole passenger seat business. I don't know where that's come from. It's a vicious rumour. It's a lie. Vicious rumour. I am bracket all day long. Wow. These televisions are designed to go on the wall. That's what they're made for. That's where they should be. I have seen the telly in question. I've seen it.
Of course, they're friends.
It's
good friends.
Yeah, we are friends.
Good friends.
I'm friends with all the squad, all the team.
Good friends.
I'm friends with everyone. I'm a people's person. Some people would deny it. I'm a people's person. I try to be for the people. But yes, I've seen the TV in question. It's, as I told at the time, I told them it needs to go on the wall.
Ask this question to him. Would you watch the Champions League final at
No.
that person's house?
No.
Okay.
Because it's not on the wall.
Oh.
I like the angle of it being on the wall. I'm bracket all day long. So
it's a bit low.
I've said to them, I think it should go on the wall. I don't know the reason behind why it's not on the wall. I don't think it's finance. I think there's a higher power at play that has stipulated where that television is going to go.
I have heard that certain TVs don't have the actual facility to hang on the wall because they're in the cheaper bracket.
No, that one can.
So I don't know. I haven't seen the person's house. I haven't seen the person's TV. But I haven't seen Bush TVs in Curry's. So I don't know if they can be hung on the wall or not.
Well, no, I could.
So
vouch.
if someone wants to enlighten me, send me a link. Send me a link.
I could vouch
that Bush TV. Send me a link of someone with a Bush TV on the wall. Then I'll take it. But I don't know.
I don't know if it's Bush, but I know it can go on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, it can go on the wall. It has the facility to go on the wall.
Okay. Well, there you go.
But as I said, I feel there is a higher power that has said, this is where this television is going to go. You're going to just like it there. And they've grown accustomed to it.
Is that this thing where it's my house and you run by
the
my
whole
rules?
banging of the chest. Yeah, the whole banging of the chest business. There was banging of the chest when the power wasn't there.
Modern times now, when we're both equal, your wife and you, but there's still in that That's interesting.
I mean, you just have to be real.
Yeah, that's interesting.
There is in every dynamic, some people run some bits and some people run
yeah,
others.
it's true.
And
True.
as I keep saying,
That's
I think
true.
that there's a higher power that has said, I like it here. This is where it's going to stay.
Yeah.
And for a happy home, happy life, there's something that rhymes with that. You just have to, some of us have to just accept this is how it's going to go.
Is it happy though? Because when there's a Champions League game or when there's a boxing, people don't want to come round because they're going to have to bring cushions to sit on the floor to get to that level. So is it happy? I don't know.
In some households, people have floor cushions. They like that. So
okay.
you might argue it's closer to the action. You might say you're closer to the action. You're just like being there because you're right at that level. Who knows? I don't know. But
I think we're going to that person's house on Monday, so maybe the interview should be taking place after.
Yeah.
Because then we would have been able to have been
assess it. Yeah, 'cause I haven't seen it, and I can appreciate. It's a very
good
warm,
question. It's a good question.
welcoming environment. It's warm and welcoming. The TV does need to go on the wall, as I said. I told them with the higher power, I think it should be on the wall. The higher power just kind of smiled and said,
who is the higher power in the household?
I don't like to.
Why don't you just say?
I don't like to name names in people's households. For my squad, I'll name names, but people's households.
Now, who
are
do
private.
you think? Do you think is the higher?
Well, it's not Nana.
Wow.
That's all I'm going to say on that.
Wow.
It's not Nana.
Wow.
So
100%.
I don't personally believe so.
Paint. What color paint?
I've seen
everything.
I've witnessed the dynamic, and I'm a
Interesting.
good judge of character. And
Interesting.
I don't think it's Nana. I just
Wow.
don't.
Wow.
But
Interesting. So he wants it on the wall, but his partner
you
says
see,
no.
I think deep down,
Wow.
Nana does want it on the wall. Deep down, I think if it could go on the wall, I think Nana would like
So
it.
the
But
lilac-
with all what's said, because all this has been, and I think Nana's a very stubborn man, and we've seen it in his football. He's a very stubborn man, as he didn't want to play it out. He wanted to turn. He's very stubborn. And I think where a lot has been made of this television business now, I think now he's not going to have it. It's just going to stay there. So you just have to...
No, that's interesting where you say that, that there's a higher power and you actually name the person. That's interesting.
But that's not the power.
No, because
Yeah, I
he
named
believes
the-
that he
not the
has,
power.
but that's interesting.
You know what?
He believes that he has, but you just put that to bed and said that you
No,
know
I didn't
that
put
he
it to
hasn't.
bed. I've just given my opinion on it.
It's on camera.
It was not to
It's
bed.
on camera.
It's not-
So
only the power can confirm.
You've said it. You've said it. It's
I'll
on
put it out
camera.
there. I'll put it out there. I don't think.
So everything. So as soon as we step through the door, everything that's wherever its place is has been put there by his missus. He doesn't have a,
no, I didn't say that.
He doesn't have a say.
No,
in
I
it.
didn't say
That's
that. I didn't say that. But we have to appreciate.
So
and
that helps you understand the way he plays football.
in some
Because he's
instances-
trying to insert which he hasn't got at home.
Well, see, that's
So he's
Sigmund
trying to
Freud
insert it on the pitch.
Yeah,
That goes
could be.
goes hand in hand. That's
But you see,
interesting.
what you have to appreciate, and this is a mark of a good leader, you give out the feeling of power, and you also empower those around you to make decisions. And I think in that dynamic, yes, there is an element of this is where you can express yourself, but when you reach a certain level, I need to insert my control. And that may be where the telly is.
I mean, there's been players that are willing to do work for free for him, and he's turned it down, and I'm surprised. Black people don't really turn down nothing free, so I'm surprised that he's turned it down. But now you've said that, it makes sense. But no, I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you. I mean, you can come round any Saturday and sit on the sofa and watch TV at eye level. I'm here. Just let me know when you want to come round. I'm not going to pick you up, but you can come round, take bus, and come round and just watch TV at eye level and understand and get that feeling of what it should be like. But I'm here for you. I will be coming on Monday, and thank you for the invite.
Yeah.
I just want to thank Paul and Ray for this interview. Again, for me, it's been a hell of a journey,
Yes.
and I can't wait for next season.
Yes, definitely.
Can I just ask one question? So you see, next season, will we see more of the amateur footballer on the pitch next season? Will we see him at more games next season? And there's been a long, ongoing situation of missing goals. Will that change next season?
Well, the title amateur is so you don't have to. You don't really have to ask that because it's amateur. That's the reason, isn't it? He's amateur.
So you're saying when he becomes
Yeah,
professional?
yeah, when he becomes professional, when he
Okay.
changes his tag name, then you'll be able to see more. You know what I mean?
You know what?
You got to get the love back. You got to stop going B&Q and IKEA on Saturdays and come football.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Get the love back.
Set up the camera. Maybe even get 2 and just put them at the goal mouth so you don't miss anything. And bring extra memory cards. So, yeah. And bring Charlie into the edit. Charlie's the...
Just, you know what I mean? Just, that's come more.
Yeah.
And then you lose that name. Titus Bramble, a.k.a. David Hay. You know what I mean? Titus Bramble, one of the worst professional footballers that ever lived. And David Hay, always injured. There's his name. 2-barrel name.
So if I came, you were kind of saying that I would start more.
I think so. 100%.
Well, I don't know about that.
No,
No one said about start. They're just saying come.
You see, this is the
No
frustrating
one said
thing,
about
and
start.
and I hope this doesn't go on the editing room floor. I've got on record, and even when you had your shaky days at the beginning, I always saw there was a footballer there, and I told you, get fit, play, and everyone else will see it. And I think everyone else has seen that you can do it, and which is why when you asked me the first 11, again I deliberated over that centre back position because you were in the mix, but we don't see enough.
Can't be in the mix if you don't turn up.
Yeah. So
Simple.
like Nana, I'm hoping that you get to come more, and
Like you, like
Do
that. So what does that mean? Like you, like Nana, because we've already spoken about Nana with the power struggle.
Yeah.
So are you saying there's the same thing in amateur?
I don't know as much.
So, but why did you say
I
that?
don't know. I don't know, but
No, so you hear that reverse? You hear that as the van reverse it back.
no, it's not reversing. It's
You
part.
hear the
It's not reversing. It's not
You hear the
reversing.
siren reversing
No,
back.
it's not reversing.
He's put it out there and then he's
It's
just
just
reversing
parked.
back.
I've just parked it. I put it there and I parked it. So I'm hoping that the power gets out and we see more of you, because I think you make a good addition. You make a good addition to the team.
Definitely.
The big tackle you done when
Yeah.
you yank the guy's arm off.
Yeah.
We need more of
Yeah.
that.
Disallowed goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even. Was it? Yeah, it was. It was
Of course
robbed.
it was disallowed goal.
It was robbed.
Yeah.
Robbery.
So all those things.
So yeah,
Memories.
that would have been goal of the season as well.
No. It's memories.
Would have been goal of the
So
season.
it's memories.
We could have an award for nearly goal of the
Would he
season.
turn up for the award though?
Well, would he miss it? When he's filming it, he might miss it.
Well, you have to be there to film
Would
it.
he?
He wouldn't turn up.
Who knows what would happen
He
there?
wouldn't turn up.
Hey.
Guys, honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure. Please like, subscribe to Everything Amateur.
Yeah, like and subscribe. He
And
does
don't
try.
stop me when you see me in the street, ask for my autograph. I don't do stuff like that.
He does
Okay?
try. He
Don't
tries.
stop
He
me.
does well. So with that, and I'd like to go on camera just before you stop it. Thank you to Brees for giving us a presence online,
Yes.
taking your time, and you
Yeah.
said nobody thanks you, so I'm thanking you
Love.
on camera
Yeah.
for doing what you do.
Yeah.
It's appreciated. Although sometimes we curse you, sometimes the Wi-Fi is broken and we insult you. We do appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
no, for
we
real.
like it.
No, definitely. Use this man, not on Saturdays, but
Yeah.
use him.
Yes.
He's very good.
Yes, use him. Leave Saturdays free. That's
Yeah.
a blanket free.
Yeah, but use him.
Unless
He's
you're going to pay
very
big
good.
money.
He's very good.
Unless you pay big money.
Yeah, he's very good.
But yeah, he's committed. And he's a nice guy. And he's freshly shaven as well. He was looking a bit rough before.
Yeah.
So we're happy with the new.
But don't go to his speed dating events.
yeah.
Don't go to his
Actually,
speed
no, it
dating
weren't
events.
too bad, you know.
Yeah,
It weren't
okay.
too bad.
Don't go to his speed
It
dating
wasn't
events.
too bad. We're going to have to disagree on that one. It wasn't too bad.
Okay, yeah.
And the pictures were damn good too.
Yeah, Photoshop. Don't go to his speed dating events.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant.